The green color hues the country. Here and there, prairies and cultivated land are multiplied in small rectangular areas. Vineyards show. This is a mountainous land with dense vegetation, a damp land, naturally luxuriant, filled with rivers and creeks, sources and waterfalls. Populated since times immemorial, these places have kept a past rich in culture and heritage buildings, of which the villages are perhaps the best evidence. To know them is a comforting travel back to our roots. They are the heritage of a world where tradition remains. Villages of Portugal, where tradition remains. They preserve unique heritage buildings and natural places. They reveal the best of each place, the fauna and the flora, the gastronomy and the wines, festivities and fairs. They're the villages of Portugal, a new concept on the way of approaching village tourism and lodging carried out by ATA, Village Tourism Association. It involves an area that includes the region between the Douro and Minho rivers and reaches southern Douro, and it integrates 9 associations regarding rural development, each with their own intervening areas. Adriminho in the Minho Valley, Adril in the Lima Valley, and Ataca in the highlands of the rivers Homem, Cávado and Ave. These are joined by Sol do Ave in the Ave Valley, Pro Basto in the Basto lands, and Adair Sousa in the Sousa lands, and finally Dolmen in the Lower Tâmega, Adrimag in the Montemuro, Arada and Gralheira Sierras, and Beira Douro in the Douro Valley. Together, these associations have invested on the rural tourism potentialities, and at the same time have helped to fix and rejuvenate populations and promote local patrimony through Project Villages of Portugal. The result of their work is a more personalized tourism product that values hospitality, leisure, and ecology. Here, visitors may stay in a traditional house, take part in animation activities, or walk the numerous pedestrian paths. So let's go and find the villages of Portugal. There are many perspectives that open to the eyes of the visitor. The contrasts are strong. Plains opposed to highlands. The territory resembles an amphitheater that goes up to the inner country mountains. This is a region that stretches from the river Minho north to the warm land of the deep Douro Valley south, with its traditional farms and slopes. To the west, there's the Atlantic Ocean. To the east, there's the Marão Sierra, the natural border that separates this region from the Trás-os-Montes province. Here, weather is wet and the land is fertile. Small pieces of land where corn, wheat and vegetables grow, mixed with pastures. Vineyards associated to the famous local white wine, unique in the world, appear on the landscape. They join the coastal vegetation that disappears slowly as we move east. But it's the rivers that dominate. Beautiful waterlines are the strong or calm currents that mark all this set and travel along it almost side by side. This hydrographic network, which is yet divided into many affluents and watercourses, supports agriculture, and the hydroelectric enterprises are many. However, the scenery changes rapidly, and now it's the Sierras that rule with their imposing views as we travel to the countryside towards an indomitable nature. There's no better way to understand our origins. We go up to the plateau of Castro Laboreiro, and already in the protected area of Peneda Gerês Natural Park, we relive times of long ago. We find the Inverneiras and the Brandas, villages which are testimonies of agricultural and cultural traditions of great anthropological value. The transhumance of people and animals, according to the seasons, made these people have two homes: Brandas for summertime and the Inverneiras for winter. We are now in big game areas, but it's the Castro Laboreiro dog, a gentle and loyal shepherd, the short and strong Garano savage horse, and the Barrosão ox, the native species that best characterize these places. Further south, through the river Lima Valley and then the Cávado, Ave and Sousa valleys, amongst cultivated fields and slopes, we find the villages located in the Cabreira and Maroiço Sierras. From the Belvederes, our eyes meet a harsh natural environment, softened by the waterbeds of the rivers and dams. Following the river Tâmega through the Basto lands, we travel a long valley where the tops of the Alvão and Marão Sierras meet the northern side of the Trás-os-Montes region. Already in Alvão National Park, we come across the rural living and the Marão cattle. We see imposing waterfalls and impressive landscapes. And we already may catch a glimpse of the admirable views over the River Douro and the slopes that go way up high to the Monte Muro Sierra. At last, we reach the River Douro. The valley is magnificent, immensely green and with dense vegetation. There, visitors may find the traditional vineyards growing on the slopes and farms and small villages built on the hills. From the River Douro to the Volga, through the sierras of Monte Muro, Arada and Gralheira, we travel a very green and dense forest region. This is where the Aroca cattle grazes and the Gralheira lambs hide. This is where the white wine and the down wine grow. And in the Freitas Sierra and the River Paiva, sought by canoeists, nature lovers may find shelter. Back to the Douro Valley and its affluents, where the rough granite is replaced by schist and vineyards growing on slopes show up in splendor. The river rules down there and everything revolves around it. These are the warm lands of the oldest demarcated region in the world, today World Cultural Heritage, where wine farms face the sun and exceptional vines grow. This is where man's work and nature's generosity produce the ever more requested Douro wines.